Hello friends, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. This is me, Dr. Sidharth Arora. Friends, today's video is very personal. It's between you and me. Yes. Why? Because I want to talk to you like a friend. I understand more than anybody else. Okay, as an educator who has been teaching students who are trying to prepare for civil services examination or trying to pass this or trying to make their career, I have noticed this over the last several years that there are certain things that an aspirant is like a superhuman expected to pass through, to face, and to win over without even understanding that these small little problems that these aspirants face, that a student faces while he is preparing for the toughest exam in the world, is unsurmountable. There are certain problems which nobody speaks about, nobody tells you, nobody discusses. Why? Because you are expected to become the next Superman or Superwoman and ensure that you become the next group of IAS, IPS officers, regardless of the fact that there are certain problems, certain common but very important problems which are faced by UPSC aspirants, which are never discussed. Which are never discussed. And if you are not discussing these, if you are not understanding these problems, you are not in the real world. My friends, you are not in the real world. Our parents may not be able to understand this. Our teachers sometimes do not understand this. Our friends, our relatives do not understand this. But I want you to discuss this. I want you to think about it. I want you to get over it and win over it. And despite of these problems, ensure that you make through this exam. And the first step of resolving these is to know these and also realize that you are not the only ones who are facing these. Realize that you are not the first and the last one who is facing these, and there are remedies available to it. So I am talking to you like a friend. I am talking to you somebody who can understand, and I know what you are going through. So let's take the first step in trying to resolve this problem. And the first step to resolve any problem is to recognize it. So this video will help you make a shared contribution, a shared understanding that we are in the same boat. We are all in the same boat. There are problems. Let's recognize them and let's try to find some solutions to them. So in this context, we are making this video. So watch this video carefully. This will be an eye-opener video for everyone who is either already preparing for this exam or who's already taken a few attempts. But this is for everyone who has one dream, that is to pass UPSC CSE. So this is a small issue. Now I come to you on this platform which has been made possible because of Unacademy. Unacademy has recognized that several amongst you were not able to understand what we were teaching or what we were instructing or what we were discussing on the YouTube channels because we were using Hindi and English combined. There are many friends amongst us who do not understand Hindi language. We at Unacademy appreciate this, but we also do not want language to become an obstacle in the communication, in the teaching that we do. So for you and you specifically, those of my friends who do not understand Hindi language, we have started the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel. And on this, now there are many more courses that I want to tell you about. So we have launched many Unacademy subscription courses. These courses are subscription based. So once you take these subscriptions, you will get daily live classes. Yes, my friends, you will get daily live classes, not only in polity, but all other subjects from all the educators, the length and breadth of India, from prelims all the way till optional. All these courses will be available to you. You can have unlimited number of doubt sessions, unlimited number of discussions, unlimited number of all your problems resolved one-to-one and live. Along with that, all these courses are structured courses. There are absolute structured courses which will be the first chapter, which will be the second chapter, which part will be doubt session, which will be the quiz part, and so on and so forth. This will be far different from the haphazard and the crazy way of preparation which most people do. Don't resort to that part. It will never lead to success. There are structured courses over here. Along with that, there will be an exam-centric test series. You will get exam-centric test series, without which it is practically impossible to pass this exam. All these things will be in addition to an unlimited access. What is unlimited access? You can download these videos to be watched later. Whenever the time is convenient, whenever you have an opportunity, you can watch these videos. So you can, in effect, balance your college, your work, your family, whatever are the other commitments of yours, you can balance it with your preparation. This is unbelievable and awesome. You will get top educators from all over India, from all over the subject, all the subjects, all the way from prelims to optionals. You will have special classes, like for example, I took a few special classes like Constitution Status of Jammu and Kashmir. Now these are very crucial topics for your upcoming exams, and not only this year's but even in the future. So all these topics will be done, and the rest of the educators will keep on bringing new courses. All this and much more will be available to you at a very reasonable price. All those friends of mine who are already preparing for this exam for 2020, that is on 31st May 2020 is your prelims exam, do not waste a single more second. 3 months is lots and lots of time if you do this way. If you do it this way, I would suggest take a 1 year course, which is very, very economical. It is merely 40,000 rupees. Use my code SID10, SID10. SID10, the moment you use it, you will get this entire thing for 36,000 rupees merely. So an entire 1 year course is available for 36,000 rupees. Those of my friends who are preparing for this exam in the future, as in 2021 or 22 or even 23, my friends, you are very, very lucky group of students. You have got 2 years or more to prepare. Your exam preparation will become rock solid. If you study for 2 years, take this Unacademy subscription, and you can understand the subject from so many varieties of angles that you'll become champs in this subject. The 2 year course will be available at merely 48,000 rupees. Use the code SID10, SID10, press apply button, and congratulations, you have an immediate 10% discount, and you'll get this course for 43,200. 43,200, and you're welcome to our courses. Look at the maths over here. 1 year course is merely 36,000 and 2 year course is only 7,000 more. So do the maths. You're a wise gang of students. Take your choice and take it fast. This is your career. We are here to support you. Let's go for it. Now, today's video. The first problem, the first common problem that nobody speaks about, is the mental stress that we are going to go over. Okay. There is a silent epidemic going on in the world. And that silent epidemic is that nobody is speaking about is the stress that your brain is going to feel. It's depression, it's anxiety. It is that kind of stress which is unexplainable. And what is the worst part is people don't recognize it. People don't understand that a person who is undergoing an exam or who's preparing for an exam which is so tough that it is probably statistically the world's toughest exam. And it is not merely a rote memorization based exam. You will have to go through hell of physical stamina testing, hell of mental stamina testing, and upon that, a huge emotional stress. Because people would be expecting you to, if you're preparing for the exam, you should pass this exam. Now, this is the same story for 10 lakh aspirants, and there are only 800 odd seats. Nobody will realize the amount of stress, the expectations, and the hope that parents and teachers and brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles, they put on you. This causes a bearing, this causes a tension on your mind, which is unbelievable. It's unfathomable. The point about here is that I understand there's a mental stress, but nobody else will understand this mental stress. Now, every aspirant has to go through this. And this is something that is the X factor. These are considered as variables. It's okay to feel mental stress. No, It is not okay only to face mental stress. You have to resolve it. So I always suggest to try and strike a balance in terms of your study time, in terms of preparation time, and some amount of leisure time, some amount of relaxation. Please do some amount of physical exercise, some amount of meditation. It will help you. You love music? Please listen to some music. Life is not going to come to a halt just because you're preparing for the civil service examination. Please address this problem. This is a mental stress problem. This can become ruthless. This can create a problem not only for your exam preparation but for the future also. Please address this problem, recognize and talk about it. Talk about it. Talking about it itself is a very first step in remedying this problem. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't make sure that you vent it out and actually talk to your friends, and in case you require, to your parents, and in case, take medical help if you require, because mental stress is a real problem. So please understand that this is a common problem but nobody speaks about it. The second problem is self blame. This keeps on coming. And it does not only wait for your results. God forbid, if you prepare for this exam and you're not able to pass this exam, the obviously there are hundreds and thousands and lakhs of amongst us who will not pass this exam in every attempt, because there are, as I said, only 800 odd seats. And the first thing that is resultant of such a failure is self-blame. A question erupts in your mind: am I not worth it? Am I not worth it? This is the worst question that you can ask, but this is the commonest question that comes to every aspirant's mind who does not pass this exam, whether it is the first attempt or the second attempt or the third attempt or whichever. The point here is, you don't realize that this question itself is a defeatist question, because this exam is not going to determine whether you are worth it or not. If you fail this exam, you merely fail this exam. You are not a failure. Change your vocabulary right now. It is a verb. It is not a noun. Please change this vocabulary right now. If you have failed, yes, I have failed, and I accept it wholeheartedly that I have failed this exam. But does not make me a failure. It is a huge thing. And what I have seen and what I have noticed, that many aspirants don't even wait for the final results. Even while they are taking coaching and they get less marks in some tests or some practice tests or some practice test series, this parasite starts coming. This is a parasite question. It sucks the blood out of your willpower. Why? Because they start doubting themselves, and that is self-blame. But this is one problem which nobody talks about. At least nobody talks about in the open. And because you don't talk about it, you don't try to remedy it. The point here is, change the vocabulary. I am giving you a magic pill. Change your vocabulary. Vocabulary changes your attitude changes your destiny. Point here is, yes, I failed and I accepted wholeheartedly I failed this exam and I'll try and do better, but this does not mean that I am a failure. Change the language, your life will change. Third is health deterioration. It is a huge problem. It is a huge problem. I have seen people who've lost weight or who have put on weight drastically. I have seen people, aspirants, who have become insomniacs. They are not able to sleep. They are suffering from anxiety. They are having digestion problem. They are having bone problems, especially in the backbone, joint problem. Why? Because of poor postures, continuous hours of sitting, not having proper physical exercise, or for that matter, rest. This is something that all of you must address. I am again telling you, this is an exam. This is not the end of universe, and this is not the beginning of a new universe. So if you pass this exam, or God forbid, even if you fail this exam, the sun ain't going to rise from the west. Sun is going to continue coming out from the east. The point here is, please look after your health. Hey, if there is no health, there is no point becoming an IS officer also, because even at the stage of becoming an IS officer and IPS officer, if you don't have health, there's no point becoming it. Because the first thing, there is a huge wisdom in the word, health is wealth. Please live by it. Look after your health. Have proper nutrition. I'm asking you to have proper nutrition. I am not asking you to overfeed yourself. I am not asking you to become obsessed about bodybuilding or body shaming. You're not supposed to do this. This is not the time to go and have a six pack abdominals muscles. No, that's not the point. You have to focus on your exam. I'm not taking away anything from that portion of your focus. What I am trying to emphasize here is that you must have a balanced way of life. Have your vitamins, have proper proteins, have some fresh air, take a walk, sleep properly. Yes, my friends, I don't understand the wisdom of sleeping only for 3 to 4 hours a day. I don't know where's the glamour in that. Your neuronal circuits short circuit. Yes, there's a short circuit inside your brain if you don't sleep properly. So whatever you are studying after that will not stay with you. What's the point of doing that? Please ensure that your health does not deteriorate. I don't want you to even pass this exam at the cost of your health, let alone attempt it. I don't even want you to become a topper if it takes away your health. That is not the agenda. That is not the point. I want the first thing to be remaining. The first thing and the most important paramount thing is your health. So please ensure that your health does not suffer. Another very important problem, and that is such a real problem, is money problem. Not everyone amongst us is lucky that we will have surplus of financial resources which will support us during the preparation stage. There are many amongst us, many of friends amongst us whose parents are not able to afford, who themselves are not able to afford, or they have some kind of financial commitments because of which there is a paucity of funds while they are preparing for this exam, whether you are taking offline or you are taking online courses. When you are taking offline courses, especially if you're traveling to a city like Delhi, the price, the cost of living, etc., is exorbitant to say the least. The cost involves living, taking a PG, or food, or normal expenditure of travel and a little bit of luxury and food, and so on and so forth, books and resources, apart from the exorbitant fees that is charged at the coaching institutes, etc. In that way, I absolutely appreciate that. There is a problem, and that problem needs a resolution. First of all, God has been very kind to you that now online courses are available, so you can always save some amount of money on that part. Even if you do not have the access to online courses, I would always suggest share things. That's the best and the worst that you can do about it. You can have friends, you can have relatives who can have share, you can share a room, you can share books and so on and so forth. Either ways, I understand that it is easier said than done. If there is a financial paucity, yes, there is a financial paucity. You cannot run away from that part. If there is a financial problem, you have to live with it. Money is a very real element, and money problem is a very real problem. Now, what can be done about it? The only thing that can be done about it is, number one, is rationalize. You have to understand this as just another challenge. You go through this challenge for a couple of years and ensure that your next part of your life, or for that matter, your parents, will never have to go through it. How? Because you will become the next group of IS officers. So think about this in these terms, that I will go through the struggle for a couple of years, but I will ensure that at the end of these 2 years or 3 years, or whenever you are attempting or whenever you are passing this exam, this problem shall not happen. This is a promise. In fact, the same money problem can become a very huge source of motivation for all of you. Make it a motivating source rather than a weakening source. And for those of you who are not able to afford at all offline coaching or classroom coaching, I think platforms like Unacademy are a blessing. Please don't waste any more time. Such opportunities do not come always. We are already teaching you. As of now, I have started, or I'm about to start, DPSPs. So if you have yet not joined Unacademy subscriptions, join today, because tomorrow morning we are going to start DPSPs. Things are going to be are already on the roll. Don't waste any more time. Any of the videos that you are in the classes that you have missed, you can always watch recorded videos. But you have missed only a few classes. You can join it today. Don't waste a single more second. There's another very important problem, is lost opportunity cost. Now, what is lost opportunity cost? Since all of us have to be graduates or postgraduates to take this exam, So everyone starts expecting, especially in the society that we live in, that because you've already finished your graduation or post-graduation, you're expected to start earning money. You're expected to start supporting your family instead of asking for more money from your parents to be supporting your education or your preparation for civil service examination. And this happens, and this is a very real problem. So people start looking at you with questioning eyes, and they expect, where is your money coming, and how can you actually start asking for another demand draft or a check or cash from your papa? This is a very strange scenario, because they would start expecting, oh, you're preparing for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Look at your XYZ cousin. Look at your XYZ friend. He is not taking civil service examination. He's already joined a multinational company. He's earning 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 rupees. So do you start doing what is called as the lost opportunity cost? 50,000 multiplied by 12 is 6 lakh rupees. So you're losing 6 lakh rupees. This is a very negative and a very loser's attitude. Why? Because this opportunity will not come back. Your opportunity to become an IAS officer is a God sent opportunity. Make the most of it. If you keep thinking about lost opportunity, you will neither be doing that multinational company job or some other job or some other business, nor will you be concentrating on your subject preparation. Instead of this, take this as a God sent opportunity and make your career. You are not making a career of minor terms. You're going to become Article 12. You're going to become state. So think about this as a glorious opportunity to make your life immortalized. This is not how I want you to approach. And this is not about salaries and incomes only. In our country, people start talking about marriages. Oh, you not got married? Especially for amongst our lady aspirant friends. India has not changed drastically with these matters, especially because they will start expecting you to get married, to start your family, and all that. And what more? Please understand, forget about all these things. You have chosen a very huge dream. Live by it and go for it with a single point agenda. Forget about the lost opportunity cost. Be brave, be courageous, be firm willed. Another important problem is not satisfied with teaching. Yes, these are amongst those friends of us who have already taken a coaching, whether it is online or offline. But even when you went inside these coaching institutes, there were huge dreams, and you were promised quite a bit of good things from this coaching institutes. Practically, that you will be guaranteed to pass this exam. But when you go inside these institutes, you attend certain classes, and then gradually you realize, oh, this is not the place where I wanted to be. This is not the kind of teaching which will ensure that I will pass this exam. This is not that stellar coaching, those stellar teaching that I was promised when I took the admission in the first place. And I understand this, and this is the problem. But by that time, you're already invested. You have paid a certain amount of fees, you have made, and that is a substantial amount of money. Already you have paid to these coaching institutes, and then you continue to live with it, and you, despite the fact not being satisfied, you continue over there. And through these times you start finishing or supplementing it by what is called as self study. But within your heart you are not satisfied, and this is a real problem. I really notice this. This is a very sad problem also. And in fact, I call upon all the coaching institutes who are teaching students. This is through you, through your medium. I call upon these coaching institutes to do a better job, because we are not teaching. We are trying to make somebody's career. We are trying to make somebody's dream a reality. But till the time they don't hear me out, until the time they don't hear and they don't understand the responsibility, I am just asking you what can be done about it. Number one, if possible, change your coaching institutes in case you are not satisfied. Number two, act smart. You can take a few trial classes before joining. Number three, talk, talk, talk. Listen, listen, listen. Before you joining any coaching institute, please ensure that you talk to hundreds of people. Talk about them. Read and listen to unbiased reviews, then and only then decide. Also, there are possibilities you can take modular classes. In other words, that some coaching institutes allow, or some places allow, where teachers, specific teachers, you can take only for specific courses. For example, for polity, you can take a specific teacher. For economics, you can take a specific teacher. This way you will not be stuck with one whole package which is rotten. You don't want that. You can actually pick and choose. Try and do that. In case that is also not possible, I again suggest you Unacademy is a better subscription, since there is not one educator. You don't like one, you can choose the other one. You don't like him, you can choose the other one. And there are hundreds and hundreds of educators, all of them available under one roof. So I hope you're understanding what is wisdom. Wisdom here is that it is your career. It is your career, it's your life, it should be your decision. So don't get stuck just because you do not find what you wanted to find. So this is not a marriage. So you're not married to a coaching institute. Okay. So they make sure that you decide, and you decide fast. If you don't like, change, because this career, this life will not come back. This is very important. So what are the summaries? Please remember, it is a very, 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 very big dream. It's a very big dream, and it's a very glorious dream. My congratulations to all of you that you were the gutsy people, and you were those people with a vision who chose a big dream. I am very happy about this part. Therefore, the costs will also be big. Yes, you will have to bear a big cost, whether in terms of physical, whether in terms of mental, whether in terms of financial, whether in terms of emotional labor. You have to go through it. But ensure that you strike a balance. At the end of the day, nothing is bigger than life. At the end of the day, nothing is bigger than health. Ensure that you strike a balance. These are common problems, my friends. I have spoken about it. You also speak about it and find a remedy to this. I have given you the remedies. You have to go through this. And in any case, of whatever kind of support that we at Unacademy can do, we are there for you till the last day that you board the train to Missouri. So, if you like this, please ensure that you subscribe to the channel. If you want Unacademy subscription, please choose my referral code SID10, 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 and you will get an immediate 10% discount. In the words of Unacademy, let's crack it. Until next time, God bless and thank you.